and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Welcome back. Tonight we are doing chapters 43 through 47 of A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if you've been following along, you know the deal. We're doing section by section reviews. That this one, the Smut Oracle, who is the G when it comes to these sort of romantasy novels, is taking me on a journey through. We've done the first book and now the second book, and if you want to support the channel, support a person who also doesn't read this kind of stuff and can maybe use some help, you can join the membership. It's $2 a month. That buys us a cup of coffee and a few other things. I also have some Amazon links to other books that we've done on the channel, Murderbot, some other stuff. You click those links, buy the books, or you can just buy whatever through those links. It'll help the proceeds for us. Otherwise, we might be doing some other things, some live shows coming up soon, but we'll get back to you on that pretty soon. I'm going to kick it over back to Emily and let her tell you what happened in these chapters. Go ahead.
So much. Okay, so tonight, covering 43 through 47 of Mist and Fury, the part where the volume drops and the consequences hit. We start with the fallout from the Court of Nightmares and Feyre and Rhys finally having the fight that's been simmering about masks, manipulation, and how often protection comes at her expense. No neat ending, just truth hanging in the air. Then comes Starfall. Valaris glowing with drifting souls. No politics, no plans, just awe. It's the first time magic feels sacred instead of sharp. Next, Feyre sees the Illyrian war camps up close. The brutality baked in tradition, the uphill battle Rhys is fighting within his own court. Back in the woods, he trains her to control her power instead of letting her anger drive it. And then Lucian appears. He brings guilt, history, and the mess Spring Court has become. Feyre answers by crossing a line of her own. She uses Tamlin's power for the first time, giving herself Illyrian wings, baby, and makes it very clear she's not the girl he left behind. These chapters aren't explosive, they're decisive. Feyre stops explaining herself. She just shows us what she's capable of. So, Luke, are you ready?
Listen, you all know this. You don't come to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's hit it. Lucian. Our Lucian. The loyal Lucian. An absolute dog. In that way only, because Lucian kind of sucks. But we love Lucian. We love Lucian. He's probably unironically the best character in the story. Like, honestly, he's the one who's like loyal to a fault. He's a good dude. He gets shit on. And of course he shows up at the most inopportune time to be like, Feyre, you've not seen him, but he's in shambles. And it's just like, I don't give a flying fuck, bro.
Don't care.
Nah, I don't care.
Cares.
Dude, my favorite thing to do all the time is when somebody's bitching at somebody else in real life or on the phone and said, nobody cares, and just hit him with a shut the fuck up. Oh god, yeah, Lucian comes back. Listen, the fight. Mm-hmm. We needed it. Mm-hmm. We needed that kind of fallout.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was overdue for sure.
I'm gonna go and tell you, unfortunately to me foreshadowed it in our last episode that something like this was going to happen based on how we discussed the particulars of the interaction that was on the throne, in the throne. I figured it was a little more traumatic. Like, obviously when we were talking about it, I'd come to the realization that, oh, right, this is more traumatic for him than it is her. Oh, they're going to have to, there's going to be,
or could be. Yeah. Definitely could have been.
And he shows it. So this differing of opinions and experiences and maybe over empathy, is that even a thing?
Yeah, like, to me it just feels like, I mean, they're both hurting for different, it's almost a miscommunication trope, which I hate, but they're both feeling some kind of way, and pride or fear or whatever else is holding them each back from just being authentic. Yeah. Being like, this is what's happening.
Yeah, there's I like to distinguish between words very specific. I love that you used pride and fear. Because like for me, words have meaning and they have power, and you need to use them appropriately. For example, there's a difference between truth and fact. Those are not the same thing, right? There's a difference between right and correct. Those are not the same thing. In this thing, it's a crisis of faith, right? It's a crisis of faith because there's a difference between strength and faith, right? And even though they mean basically the same thing, right? When you have faith in something, you have strength towards that thing, whatever it has to be. And he's so in his head, for lack of a better phrase, about who she is, why she is, what she is, if he should overstep, if he should understep, and what his feelings are toward her, because his mask is this flirtatious, I am a princely, flirtatious guy, and really is kind of just, he's a traumatized little boy that's been taken advantage of for the last 50 some odd years. And he doesn't know how to handle it, and his best way to handle it is to kind of act like the thing that he thinks she wants. And when she begins to reciprocate it, he's like, ew. I'm sorry. He's like the main character to me of this book. I know she is, but he's like, and they do a good job with Tamlin in the former book. Where like, oh, Tamlin's actually the main character here. And so another job, kudos to SJM on this. Anyway, I've overspoken. Emily, break me down here.
No, I love it. I love it. I love how passionate you are about it. That's why I really like talking to you. You bring a very different perspective, and I love to hear like what psychs you out about it, like why you love it. Because I also like that, but I've never really vocalized the way that you put that, and I think that was very eloquent. So I'm with you 100%. I think that it was necessary to have this kind of fight and conversation because they haven't really been real this whole time. They've been wearing masks of different kinds, and this is finally when it's like they have to agree. Are we done with this or not? Like, are we gonna keep playing at it, or can we be real now?
Well, like, I love the reflection it has on our world. Because if you're on any social media, whether it's Twitter or TikTok or whatever, there's a common trope amongst all ages, and that's that women and men can't be friends. Right? And from the very beginning, he's manipulating her for the right reasons. His entire story is manipulation for the right reasons. Or for his reasons. They may not be right. Oh, excuse me. They're right. They're not correct, maybe, but they are definitely right. Going back to the use of words. And his, at that point, she's like, I'm your friend. We are equal here. And not the same. We're equal, though. And it really fights on that trope that men and women can't be friends. Because, of course, there's attraction. They're beautiful people. They're charismatic. They're interesting. And they have chemistry. So, of course, there's more to it. But they're also friends. And he's kind of manipulated her into being his friend. And she's kind of bit the bullet. And then they accidentally became friends. And it's like, oh, I actually think you're cool. I actually enjoy spending time with you outside of the training and outside of the objectives that we've had. And this kind of, like I said, this kind of needed to happen where she's like, buddy, I don't know who you think you're dealing with. I'm not one of your people. I'm actually, I'm with you 100%. Mm-hmm. Whatever we need to do, I got you. Because he asked her, what is your goal? And she doesn't have an answer. And she's like, well, is it him? Well, it doesn't matter if it's him because he's my friend and we're doing stuff together. And I hope that continues. We had a comment.
I was going to say it had a real Noah moment from The Notebook. Like, what do you want? I don't know.
I've never seen The Notebook.
Okay. So yeah, that's a whole thing. But what do you want? He literally almost says that line exactly.
It's cool. I should probably watch that movie. because it's referenced in media forever. But yeah, it's a cool thing. She does take it a little bit too far, throwing some things into his face.
Yeah.
And he takes it all personally when maybe he shouldn't, because he's at thousands of years old, hundreds of years old. However.
But okay, let me ask you a question, because I also have this skill that you've referenced a time or two on here at being able to know the thing that's going to hurt you the most.
And it almost happened today. Oh my God. Anyways, go ahead.
And then saying that thing. And I've only done it a couple times. And both times that I have sunk to that level, I felt horrible.
Yes.
Because it was like I thought I was pressing on a bruise, and I was just like literally like sticking my finger in an open festered wound. It worked out way not well for me. So I identify and empathize with Feyre and going too far.
It's me too. It's a bridge burner when you do that. In most cases, it's a bridge burner, and you're not allowed to. And the reason you're not allowed to is because you care about people, and people are important, unless you're okay with burning that bridge. The few times I've done it, I made the mistake that you did, and I've wanted to burn the bridge, and it worked out fine. So it happened fine all three phases. But I tell you, oh God, today I was on one. Anyway, pretty big sports fan. Saw something last night that I was like, you guys are millionaires and you're awful at your job. And I can't believe people still have jobs today that had jobs yesterday. Like, I would have not let that person come home.
It was a hard night.
I would have had you call your wife on the way back to tell her, don't let your kids go to school on Monday because you don't live here anymore. Because they might egg your house. Oh. Because that was the worst thing I've ever seen. Anyway, that looked like scripted. It looked like scripting for me, which I hate to say out loud. Anywho, this argument was dope, though. Needed to happen. It's a step forward for Feyre, because she couldn't have had this in book 1. And she couldn't have had this when she lived at home.
Correct.
And so it is a moment of character growth, which is phenomenal. And we love that. But after that, he kind of just gets her home, drops her off, and she just goes to bed, right?
Yeah, and then they don't talk for several days.
Yeah. He gives her the cold shoulder, which is kind of funny. Like, it's childish, obviously. And he claims to not have done it on purpose, and he says that he's happy that she's hurt by it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of shitty.
It's kind of shitty. You
said, look, you probably won't like the beginning. I kind of loved it, to be frank with you. I was kind of in, because the things I did not like about Reese were the things that she was talking about. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, I don't want to about this dude. So,
see, that's why I was like, trust me, it's going to be fine.
You steered me in the wrong direction, and then I immediately was like, you're totally wrong. This is awesome. Like, what are we talking about? I was waiting. Honestly, I told you last time. I was like, I hope that he doesn't decide to lock her up, because
I know. No, unforgivable. It's already unforgivable when Tammy Jam did it. So no.
I didn't throw a chair.
Good. I'm glad.
I told you that if I read that, I would just throw a chair, and I didn't throw a chair.
No, I didn't mean to lead you in a direction of it playing out the same way again. Yeah. But it is one of those. Okay. The whole book, or really, the whole series so far has been like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Hey, so that's real life, baby.
It is. So we did find out some more information from some more information, because they have a little bit of some girl talk, because Reese is staying away. So, and I know you love your girl talk.
I love it. You know how cool it is when a girl's texting you, she's like, so what color should I paint my nails? I'm like, what do you think? Let's hear about it. Like, because I think I like Charleston green right now. I think that's my color for the season. So what do you think about Charleston green? Or are you just going to go straight red like a dog? Anyway. My girl talk's a little different than girl talk, but yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I need you to hype me up next time. I'm just gonna call. I didn't know that you provided that service.
Oh my god, it's the best.
Next time I need some hyping, I'll just call you and I'll text you ahead of time and be like, I need the hype. Luke, hype man, please.
Yes. Susan, pencil her in.
Yes, thank
Susan's
you.
sitting right over there. She's right over there. Susan. Yeah, no, you can't talk though. I'm on.
Wow.
Luke, subvert expectation. The kitchen couch.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
I knew you'd love that. Sorry.
Wow.
There's no Susan here. It's Jessica. They called her the wrong name this entire time.
Oh my god. Well, when I was in Boston, I got called the wrong name quite a bit. Should say, here, Natalie. I'm like, I know your name's not Natalie, but I don't have time to learn it, so just go with it.
Yeah, short dudes have a problem with respecting women.
Oh, it was a woman.
Oh.
So anyhow,
I'll see you next Tuesday.
So she gets really mad finally because she keeps trying to like pass him notes and apologize and initiate conversation, and he's just like freezing her out until finally she's like, okay, fine, I guess people who piss you off don't get a second chance then, or are you just a coward?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's brazen. That was brazen. I read that and I was like, we decided to go back into the fire? Okay. Get after it. That's exactly how I felt about that.
Yeah. So we did it. We talked it out. We go to Starfall. We all get pretty. And we go to a lovely little event, which is basically the festival that's everywhere else, but they're the only court who can see this phenomenon called Starfall.
You mean the most romantic thing that's ever happened in the history of time? And it happens every year. They're like, how does this happen? We don't know. It's just awesome. We celebrate. I was like, we're just absolutely cooking right now. I need to come up with this idea. Ooh, Starfall. That sounds romantic and fantasy-like. What happens? Oh, the souls of whatever fly up into the sky and you just watch them fly. And it reminds you that there's more to this world than everything, but it keeps you in this moment. Mm-hmm. Good job, clown. It was awesome.
I mean, it's Greek mythology, but yes.
But it's super spiritual, awesome.
For sure.
Like it takes you out and pulls you in at the same time if you're in that moment. And finally, Moore and she are speaking, and then Marie shows up and is like, you just talk shit to her, which is Reese's deal. And
always.
And he's like, anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's great. I love it. So they had some girl times and talked, and then Reese PCs comes in, and then we have some fun times and talk and actually talk. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But let's see. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything there.
Me too. Geez.
Oh, and it was something about Cassian. Oh yeah, because she basically was like, "What happened between you and Cassian?" So we learn what happened to her through Reese, and then now we get to hear kind of what happened with Moore's own words,
which is great. Actually, I appreciate that relationship blossoming, and it illustrated that way.
Mm-hmm. And also, kind of like what her perspective is, because frankly, it's about her life and her history and sexual history and past. Like it should be in her words instead of just what the man is assuming she thinks or feels about it. And so she kind of gets to be like, yeah, that part I didn't care about, the other part I did care about. And she gets to kind of like speak about her own experience, which is really nice.
So as someone, by the way, the thing about Moore here, as someone who has had a relationship with someone and then became friends with them, and when she says, "Oh, I'm sure he'd jump my bones if I asked him," but it just ain't about that. That's so true. that's so true. Why are you? What's wrong with you? Your face is redder than a strawberry.
No, it is not. It's the regular shade of luscious pink.
Okay. Maybe it's just the shadows. But yeah, I mean, that's relationship shit. Like, that's actually, we grow, like, okay, so you and I grew up in a society that's surrounded by, I'm just gonna say it, Puritanian beliefs. Did I say that word right? Yeah.
Yes.
And
well, puritanical.
Puritanical,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Puritanian is somewhere else. Puritanical, and the Jesus Christ. And this kind of relationship is uncomfortable, taboo, let's say. And so with them being friends and having had gotten together, and it caused such a political, and they're still just like, nah, we're good. Like if I asked him, he'd probably be down, but he doesn't bring it up. It's not a big deal. And we've had other people that were attracted to, and they've hinted that she and Azrael are a little bit more of an Azrael kind of, but he's a little bit too weird about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
I think it's like at this point, very clear, it's unrequited that Azrael is in love with Mor, and Mor knows and is trying to just stay friends with everyone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Correct. I love that she's like, I've had lovers. I mean, why wouldn't I? I was like, agreed. Mm-hmm. And Cassian's like, oh yeah, whatever. I've hooked up with chicks. It's fine. Mm-hmm. We're not worried about it. Anywho,
everyone's adults in the night court. So
it sounds like a lyric to a song.
I mean, so Reese comes over. We have again like the most romantic thing that's ever happened. Until they get like smacked in the face with soul frost juice.
I had honestly, when this happened, I was like, the fuck just happened? And they literally just got like, I imagine it was like a pie right in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it reminded me of something from our childhood, like, actually. And I was like, what the hell? Really, what the hell was that? I'm asking you.
They explain that Starfall is like these souls, like flying down or reporting, I don't know, like ascending back into reincarnation, whatever. Anyhow, literally it was a person, like a soul splatted like across her, and it was like you see it like almost like a glow in the dark spatter paint kind of thing all over her.
I reeled back crying out as I bent over, shielding my face against the light, and I could still see against my shut eyes. Reese let out a startled laugh. A laugh. And when I realized that my eyes had been singed out of their sockets, I whirled to him. I could have been blinded. I hissed, shoved him, blah blah blah, and then she wiped her face. Like she got hit with like
salt juice.
buddy. I was wondering. But when you read it out loud, I read it in silence, and I just read it out loud. I was like, "Was splattered star spirit?" It's what it says right there. Splattered.
Oh my god!
When I was reading it quietly, I was just confused, and now that I know, I'm impressed. I guess that's a lot of Jews. All right, it's a professional show. It's a professional show. Okay.
I should never say those words.
It's a lot of juice. It's a lot of juice.
Oh my god, getting to this fifth book is gonna be awful.
It looks like your freckles are glowing. Yeah, they do.
Oh my god. Okay, all right. So wait, that happened. Then they danced the night away. Literally just dance. Oh, and hold on. While they're having this conversation, she's clearly, I guess I identify, so I'm going to assume she's ADHD because I'm ADHD, because while she's having a conversation with Reese, she's having an entirely different conversation in her head by herself.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate. And so she makes the decision here that she's like, you know what? If he wants to do it, let's do it. Let's initiate Friends with Benefits. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, love that, by the way.
Yeah, but she's like, conscious decision, like, you know what? If he's down, I'm down. Let's go.
Honestly, once again, we're cool with, like, this is a very adult thing. You know, those who... God, it's not... I almost said puritanical. Oh, it is puritanical. Like, this is not a puritanical thought. This is like a, nah, fuck it. I'm an adult and I'm an immortal and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So if we have fun, we have fun. It, you know, as long as we're transparent with each other, doesn't matter.
Yeah. And so they have like a sweet little thing and they go down and dance. They dance the night away. He like kisses her. He does like book boyfriend. Kisses her like right here, like on the temple, and like later kisses her on the forehead. It's like, oh, so cute.
Can't stop thinking about face star juice. Like he kissed her star juice off her.
Kissed her anyway. Kissed it anyway.
Anyways,
so.
Anyway, it is super romantic. It's like PG-13, you know, leave room for Jesus kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then, so we have like such a happy night, and they're all acting like it's like their last night of happiness for a while.
Yeah, because it's gonna be. Because that's how books are written. So we jumped into.
So y'all kind of know.
We got jumped into the Illyrian camp, which is something straight out of fantasy. I mean, these are mountain-dwelling, winged, warrior human creatures that have been training to murder, maim, and kill. Murder and kill are the same, essentially. Their entire lives, they don't deal with women, except for now. They deal with women. They go to a camp that they're being, you know, Reese is like, tolerated, which is like the only place that we've been to so far where Reese is tolerated. Azrael and Cassian are tolerated, and Reese explains before we get to the bargain and what they're doing. Later, he explains to Feyre, he was like, yeah, that guy let us actually do the warrior stuff, which is really cool. And we know that we're in at least trusted hands here. Not necessarily safe, but trusted.
Right.
But they get there and they start, go ahead.
So just so we're clear, the Illyrians are part of the Night Court. So Cassian is the general of the Illyrian army. Yeah. So he's kind of like the head of the Illyrians. So they are on the same team, but it's, even though like Court of Nightmares is technically on their same team as well, they're not. So he is like the ruler of all of these courts, but he also is kind of like, I guess, sub sections of his own court. But a lot of them run somewhat autonomously. He's just having to like enforce rules a little harder in the Illyrian because they're trying to go against everything he wants, as far as like making sure that women's wings are no longer clipped because that's inhumane, even though we're not necessarily humans, and that they get to learn how to fight if they want to.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool stuff right here. And I hate that we waited till this point in the book. I mean, it's necessary for one reason or another, but I hate that we do, because like this is a place I've been wanting to visit. I wanted to know what the interactions with Moore were like, which was right on the nose. They didn't shy away from that. I wanted to know what it was like for Cassian, and essentially Cassian's delusion in this situation. It's like, I mean, even though he's their leader, they're like, that's your puppet. And then we've got, Reese doesn't like, hold court here like he does at the Court of Nightmares. He's like almost like one of them. Like there's a different kind and level of respect, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Moore's like, I hate this place. And it's because of how they treat women. And so, and how they treated Cassian and Azrael and Rhys.
Mm-hmm. What I love is on page 444. When they say the guy is coming out to talk to him and he is okay with Rhys, but he doesn't like that Feyre's there because he can tell she's different. And so Devlin's like, oh yeah, you brought another weird one. Cool, thanks. And Rhys says, she's mine. Which, yes, thank you. But also says, and if you lay a hand on her, you lose that hand. And then you can lose your head. And once Feyre is done killing you, I will grind your bones to dust. I'm like,
yeah.
Yes.
Empower your friends, but empower more your partners. The whole Amren part is pretty funny too. Or it's just like, Amren sends her regards. And it's like, boy, they are so frightened of this little old lady. But then we get to, they first speak about the mother's cottage, and then we get to listen, and they talk about that. They talk, and we get to see the mother's cottage. Of course, Moore leaves the next morning, but no, they go and have like dinner together, and it's like, it's such a drastic transition from their position in Valaris to now,
right?
And it's kind of bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
it's cozy, but it's like the coziness on the brink of a storm, you know? I do love it. But that's when we do get some more information as far as them growing up here and what happened. And then as well as like what the right is, which becomes very important at some point. And through that, we also find out everything that you kind of knew, but this is like details about Rhys and Tamlin's parentage and how they basically became High Lord at the same time. They both like literally the power transferred to them in front of each other as their fathers killed each other.
So this scene that you're describing, because they're out in the wilderness, is the most cinematic scene that we have had in several sessions. Like the scene of them on the throne, it's cinematic in its own way, but it's not like her demonstrating, then him telling, and then her demonstrating further, and then him telling, and then that continued like flashback to the demonstration to, I mean, it's, and you can imagine an open clearing in the woods that's maybe 50 to 100 yards wide, 50 to 100 yards long. That's big enough for a battle to maybe take place, and it's very cool. It's really beautiful, actually. It's actually my favorite part of the book so far, is that moment.
Wow. Is him describing, hey, why does Tamlin hate you? Well, here's the deal. My dad fucking evil. And he killed her. My dad killed his mom. Even though they killed my mom. And sister. And sister. And I didn't want it to be an eye for an eye, but my dad did it anyway. So Tamlin killed my dad. Yeah.
Boy. And then Rhys says he ran, which seems uncharacteristic, but I'm not going to dive too deep into it. That seems like a lie, but I was like, did you run? Did you run? Or did you tear that motherfucking place up as you were going?
Well, they were friends. Like that is the
They were
the thing
boys.
that
They weren't
yeah,
just friends. They were boys. Like they were dudes
right.
together. Yeah.
And they helped each other in different ways. But like Reese taught him some Illyrian fighting moves, and I mean, it was just a situation where they grew up, and then that is the moment that they became men in a way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was
like,
it feels like a situation like oh, what's a really good reference I'm trying to think about right now?
there's a
Like,
lot of great
yeah,
references actually, but
right.
like the moment, like there's a moment in there's a moment in every young man's life when he overtakes his father's strength and ability. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a moment when you're like, oh, I could take you, old man, and you actually could. And
Yeah.
every guy gets that moment. We all know it.
Right.
I don't know how relevant that is to women or what that is for a woman in terms of them with their mother. But there's that kind of moment. And this was that moment where it was like, oh, you're an adult now. And they both probably been through rigorous combat training and blah 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 blah. But it's like you go from being a man to the man, which is not which is super different. Your decisions from then forward change because you're the patriarch. You're the adult in the room forever.
Right.
So then she suddenly has like this thing where she immediately gets so angry at Tamlin that her power blooms. I think blooming is the right word. It blooms and it melts together, and she's then capable to feel the complete complexity. It's a very like a Neo in the Matrix moment, actually. Yeah, where he's
she
like,
has. Yeah, I agree. She has this moment that I love, which again, it's conscious decision. This is what I love about these chapters, is that it is consciously thought through, and she is making a decision. She is consenting to a choice from here on out. And this one finally coming to terms with the fact that this is not their power, the power of each individual High Lord anymore. It's mine. It was that, and now it's mine, and I'm going to use it the way that I want to. And so she says, go ahead.
No, it's so strange she didn't think that. To me, I was like, buddy, that's who else is it? You are in possession. It is yours. Like, they're not going to take it from you. They actually can. As a matter of fact, once you're more capable, they might want it back, and you'd be like, boop. Anyway, go ahead, sir.
No, it's perfect. So she just has this moment where she says, the power did not belong to the High Lords, not any longer. It belonged to me, as I belonged only to me, as my future was mine to decide, to forge. Once I discovered and mastered what the others had given me, I could weave them together into something new, something of every court and none of them.
Maybe I want to do a fist bump, by the way. Like, I was like,
right?
Fuck yeah.
She's got it. She's got it. So she like painted, she also goes back to like describing this blending of powers with painting it.
Okay, so here's something I gotta tell you, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. The thing that I love the most in this world to do is to sing. Am I the best in the world at it? No. Am I pretty good? I'm okay. Like, I really enjoy doing it, and I can hit a pitch, and I have a little bit of talent. You are the same, if not better. I don't know if you feel that way about singing, as like I do.
Yeah.
But there was a moment where the switch flipped for me. And I was like, oh, this is how you do this. And it was like, oh, everything sounds better now. And everything in my body is in support of this mechanism that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so if I just train this, it's going to be awesome. Oh, this is how professionals become professionals. Anywho, with the way she's describing the painting, that's what's happening in my head, is this thing that I love, that excites me, in that kind of like right plane, left plane, whichever way that really helps elevate everything else. It was very cool.
Yeah. I love
very
it.
Cool. What do you mean?
I love it. I just love it's all coming together. She's stepping into herself. Like she's shedding these layers that she doesn't need to carry around anymore. And she's becoming the thing that I love. That's awesome.
I can't wait till she does like, because we come to a point very soon where she's like run out of mana, and I thought that was awesome too. She's like, I'm magicked out, and I'm like, oh shit, she ran out of mana. If I could drink a mana pot, drink a mana potion. What are we doing here? Like, let's just get back, dog. I'm very interested to see the level of complexity that she takes her power to, because in other fiction, in other fantasy, in other anime, and other situations, this combination becomes something greater and more like, it'd be cool if she like time traveled, because she's able to wield this level of power. It'd be cool if she's able to like cast lightning or something, or blends the shape shifting somehow. I don't know. I'm still like trying to wrap my brain around what her capabilities are. She still can't winnow, but like winnowing behind somebody and then winnowing back and then winnowing and then winnowing and like adding that to her combat.
She did the next chapter.
Yeah. She has it. Yeah. But adding that like to the combat capability, because we haven't seen that. That's a very anime thing where they're able to like, she's like choo 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 and like casting shit while she's doing it. Oh my god, it's so cool. I hope that happens. Plus she's gonna be a hell of a fighter soon. It's gonna be cool. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, she's doing great. She keeps training. She's training with Cassian. She's been training. I mean, the whole time Reese wasn't talking to her, she was, in the ring with Cassian and training up that way. And now she's training her magic again. And yeah, she's like,
you must be quick as a coursing river.
Seriously, this is like that montage. It's great.
It's awesome.
So the next day we go back to do more training in the woods.
Thank you. More training and not to do more.
To do more.
More has left at this point.
Yes, correct. To do more of the training with Rhysand in the woods. And that's when we run into our buddy.
Oh. Poor buddy.
We haven't seen him this whole book. We're like almost to the end and we haven't really seen him. And he was your buddy for a good long time there. So let's talk about it.
He's still my buddy. First off, I love his angle. We needed his angle to rejoin the story. His angle of like, I'm your friend, but I'm his friend too. Please come back with us. Your mind's been whatevered by this thing. And she's like, don't touch me. This cat's fast as hell. I'm thinking Lucian's the fastest one we see. To be honest with you, like I'm like, oh, is his thing like just speed? Is he like the Flash? Or is he just a high fae who has the capability of moving quickly? We don't know, actually. They don't kind of tell us if his speed is a particular kind of speed that's different than Tamlin's or Rhysand's. But it feels like he's like, oh no, his thing is speed. And she's like
especially considering that Rhys is like the most powerful High Lord. Like I didn't really think about it, you know what I mean, until you're saying it right now. But yeah, because I know that when they winnow, I guess there's no real way to know where they're going or whatnot. But it definitely made it sound like she was overly concerned about Lucian being able to like grab her and pull her somewhere that Rhys would not be able to follow.
Yeah, I mean, didn't she ride with him in book 1 all the way out to somewhere?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, he made it kilometers in seconds. Like he's actually that fast. Or I don't think they showed Tamlin. They illustrated Tamlin's speed. It was more like bestial. And Rhysand's is more like his power is just built different. So I love her concern. The just like Rhysand shows up and clad in his like villain costume.
Suit.
Yeah. He's not in the black leather with the weapons. He's not adversarial.
Which is what he was.
Right.
He was. And then when Lucian was there, he had to put a little bit of magic on to change his clothes and show up as the cruel prince.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Because I think Rhys and Lucian would be good friends, but Rhys fucking hates Lucian, which sucks. because I think they're actually probably of the same mind about a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
because Lucian's like, ooh, I don't do SA, and this is where we get the drop. The Ianthe's been worse, and you're just like, yeah, of course she has.
Mm-hmm.
She sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's not even remotely as cool as Amarantha.
Truly.
Except for the SA, obviously we don't. That's not okay. But yeah, I mean, Ianthe just sucks, and we needed this at this point.
Yeah. So he's there, and he's just the whole time like, oh, come back, you know, whatever. But I love that she gets to hold her own for a little while, and then she has Rhys right there backing her up as well. And he does his normal thing, puts his mask on, deals with Lucian. Lucian lays it on thick with the guilt and the, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Haven't you ever made a mistake? Haven't you ever made a mistake, Feyre?
When she says the thing about him being her friend, I was thinking about that scene in Harry Potter when Harry's like, he's talking to, it's in the third movie, and he's like, he was your friend. Like, I was thinking that, like, I'm sorry if that was too loud, but yeah, that's what I was.
No.
That's how I read that. I was your friend. And like,
Yeah.
like you want to talk about poking that bruise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the moment she was like, buddy, you are part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had options and you didn't take them. Which is, it goes back to what we were talking about before. It's not right to take no action.
Right.
Yeah. And whether
if you know something's wrong and you have the ability to help someone and you don't, then you're complicit. You're a part of the problem.
You're a part of the problem. And as much as I like Lucian, because I do, I simply think Lucian has constantly been given bad choices. If that makes sense. So
yeah, he has been.
He's
kind of got the shit end of the stick a lot out of life. I mean, all of the guys in this world have.
Yeah, I hope he gets I hope he gets to become the High Lord of his area of the Autumn Court, so he gets to use the fire powers. That'd be so cool. Is it fire powers? Yeah, he's got the fire powers. Right?
His daddy does. Baron
his daddy.
His daddy. Not his daddy.
His daddy.
His daddy.
Daddy. I got cider in my ear. That's an old quote.
Oh my god.
What?
But what she does.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you think?
She summons those.
She gets erect with her wings.
Yeah, and then she touches him, and she's like, "Oh fuck, that is sensitive."
We might have to cut that face. We're gonna have to cut that. I'm gonna leave. We're gonna have to leave that. Gonna leave it. You're welcome, internet. Damn it. Gotta leave it. That's what happens. That's the face she makes. It's pictured on page 448. Right?
God, I love you.
Right?
I love you.
448, 449. There's a picture of her on that. It's the only picture in the book. Wild. Don't look right now. It looked just like what I did there. I was just mimicking her. Nothing about me.
Okay. So.
Just don't touch my wings.
Oh dear. Anyhow.
Imagine Lucian though. He shows up. He thinks he's saving her.
I know.
She immediately is like, "No, dog, you're in the wrong. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, he's put a mind curse on you." And she's like, "Nah, bro. He had me locked up. You were complicit in this. Fuck off." And it's like, ooh, Feyre, absolutely. And not for fucking Rhys, for you. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I did love the agency that she got there. And then just like the look on his face when she summoned those wings.
Yeah, the shape.
And then got to like basically put on Reese's mask for a little bit and like be like, well, you know, sometimes you stare in the darkness long enough, you become it. Like, so good.
Okay, that's a shit line. Okay, there's a few shit lines in this book. That's a shit one. I read that. There's so much better here. She could have tossed him a Red Bull and said, "Try it," you know. But no, we got some shit line.
I don't think that's a shit line. I enjoyed it.
And then what is it? He nodded, and his tunic and pants vanished, replaced by those familiar fighting leathers, the wings, the sword. My warrior, not my anything. Are you all right? And you know, actually, he doesn't say, "Are you all right?" He says, "Are you all right?" Which is an interesting, because it shouldn't be. Wouldn't it be like ALRIGHT as one word there rather than all space right? Am I wrong about that?
I have to look.
It's on page 462 in the text.
Okay. Oh. Are you all right? Are you all right? I don't know. I'll have
I just looked at, like, to me that means are you all, like, comma almost right, rather than are you all right, which is different.
Right.
Like he's like is your entire being okay, rather than are you okay?
Right.
Which is a much better way to type it for the reader.
Right.
In terms of boy, I turned right to the page and just looked. I got left. I did not think that when I was reading this, by the way. Anyways, I nestled into his warmth, savoring it. The fact that it was so easy, so felt so okay, whatever. A lot of this has to do with safety, but like emotional safety. Has nothing to do with physical safety. Who gives a shit? She's formidable. Perhaps that's been the problem all along. Take the final step at Starfall. I was guilty that I didn't feel awful, not truly, not wanting. She's got her. I think a lot of this has to do with her thoughts on time, right? Because she's immortal, so like 2 months is 3 months is maybe an hour in the concept of time for an immortal, and so part of her like guilt and all of this is covered up by that kind of like perception of time. And what's super interesting is she doesn't feel at all like she doesn't mention other times when things were rushed, like to her wedding,
right,
where she should have like she doesn't even feel like, you know what I mean? Like she could have been just like, hey buddy, we're immortals, right? We can wed in 5 years, 10 years, whenever we want to.
And that still would be like not a long time.
We can travel the world. We can travel the world and hang out. We'll put Lucian in charge and just take off. And instead, old Timmy Tam wanted to get married immediately. And even in fake, and she doesn't even bring it up. And so like her concept of time is really playing into her feelings in these moments, and how her concept of time shifts over the course of this book, because it's only been a couple of months since she bailed. Love that from here to here, it's essentially the end of her grief. Right. So this at the beginning, vomiting in a toilet, to here is the end of the grief. Like this is the end. Like, if she saw Tamlin, I'm sure she'd have thoughts, but she won't crumble.
No, she's like over.
Yeah, she's like, this moment with Lucian was the end. Not the end, but like it was enough closure where she can do whatever. Right. Am I wrong about that?
No.
Because we're about to go to the end, and we know what happens. It ends. A good time,
what, Luke.
What happens in Luke? A good time.
What happens in Luke?
I'm gonna put on the sound dampening on this so no one can hear the clapping, but I'm clapping. Good times, dog. What are you doing?
Why did you have to like be that explicit about it?
What do you
Because I
mean?
wasn't thinking about that until you said it.
Do I have to cut it?
I mean, no, but just
Anyways,
made me embarrassed a little bit.
well, it
Got me
took you a
got me
while
a
to
little
get there.
blushed.
Took you a while to get there, dude. I have no idea. We haven't seen.
I would say that's what she said, but that's probably what he said.
It is. It is. Oh god, she's gonna rock this dude's world. Listen, I don't know if he is actually. I don't know if she is. Like, we're to a point now where it's like,
You don't know.
will they? Won't they?
Will they
Because
or won't they?
there's like we're a stone's throw from the end of this. This
Will
like
they or won't they?
that's just where we're at right here. Like
Yeah.
at this point in the last book, we were past the second stage of Amarantha's trial.
Mhm.
I think. Hold on.
You were.
650. Yeah.
Stop
about 100
flipping.
about,
Stop.
about 160 pages away. So we were probably at the first part of Amarantha's trial with 160 pages. So either way, I might have to take the clapping out.
Yeah. Well, so yeah. So that's kind of what happens is at the end he scoops her up and flies her away, and they have like a little moment where he's like, I knew things were bad, but I thought you at least had Lucian there. And she's like, yeah, me too.
Well, and that comes, I mean, it's the same. She had the same conversation on the mountain. She was like, you weren't there. Reese was there, brother.
Yeah.
You could have come in here. Me.
Yeah.
God, he just.
So it's like,
Lucian
it's almost like closure, not just because she's grieving with Tamlin, but also the loss of friendship, or, you know, acknowledging out loud that he let her down.
You know what's weird? Tamlin replaced Reese with Lucian, obviously. And so Tamlin went and found him like a weaker version of Lucian, and their personalities and the way they mask, the way Reese masks is like a less subtle version of what Lucian does. Am I wrong? Like they're both kind of like, ugh. But it's really like what Reese was when we first meet him.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some thought into that.
Because he talks
Because I
about
think
they became friends the moment he became the Night Court ruler, and that was before Amarantha. That's before the war. Yeah. Right. And the war was 500 years ago, and then Amarantha is like 100 years or 45 or 50 years before before the current time. Yeah, it feels like Lucian just became the second Reese, because like Reese's mask and Lucian are so similar. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much thought. Maybe it's too much headcanon.
No, I mean, I hadn't thought about that, but it makes a lot of sense because, again, I'm not really thinking about the dudes as much. So you're bringing up some good points that I've not considered before, that I have not really heard a lot of chatter about online. So I think that is a good, unique point that I need to spend some time thinking about how I feel about it.
It could be like, I often think of the first book as a there's a lot of like high school relationships. There's a lot of like, he's protective of her. She's all right. We need to talk about that in a second. He's protective of her. He's Lucian is like this sniveling little skinny kid who is like the talker and a little bit funny and quirky, and will every once in a while say some rude shit, but you can kind of trust him because he's earnest and nice and honest. And then you've got like the big brooding, like, I'm tough, but I have a heart of gold kind of guy who's really actually just a bipolar weirdo. And you don't find out that he's a bipolar weirdo until he gets the opportunity to be a bipolar weirdo. And then you run away, and then you go off to college and you meet like I read guy who wears a scarf and, you know, reads Hemingway underneath a tree when it rains. Let me ask you this. Do you see that?
Yeah.
There's zero reference to a ring that we've seen so far. Except for what might be in Reese's pocket. when he uses some of his power.
I don't think that's true. Hold on.
Because, or is the ring on the cover maybe the thing that Amryn gives?
Okay, no, let me to read. You just forgot this part.
Thank you.
Okay. It says, we just got something out of the Weaver's cottage, and then they fight about it, and she says, well, what is it? It was my mother's ring. How did you lose it? I didn't. My mother gave it to me as a keepsake, then took it back when I reached maturity and gave it to the Weaver for safekeeping. So it's his mom's ring.
Can we look back at the Weaver chapters? Because I'm now curious.
That was 22.
With Tamlin's crony coming back in what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the things on the shelf? Because we talked about it, like, she looks at something and she immediately has a bad feeling about it. And I was like, yeah, that's Tamlin stuff, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's go back.
It said 22.
Pause. Yeah,
hold on.
20.
Hold on. Pause.
On the shelf.
Yeah, follow the pulse. Yeah, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Could almost... The scent, the bone carver bidding. A rose on my toe to examine the shelf. An old letter knife, books in leather that I did not want to touch or smell, which is, I think, the books that we're talking, because he talked about in the first book, Tamlin talks about the study and
making books out of people. Yeah. Old letter knife, books and leather I did not want to touch or smell, a handful of acorns, a tarnished crown of ruby and jasper.
That's the summer court.
And a ring.
Yeah, those might be like winter or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what the old letter knife.
A ring of twisted strands of gold and silver, flecked with pearl and set with a stone of deepest solid blue, sapphire but different. I'd never seen a sapphire like that. This one I could have sworn in the pale light, the lines of a 6-pointed star radiated across the round opaque surface. So he sent her there for a ring.
Yeah.
Which is this one here on the cover.
Right. So what we've done here is we've gone through a whole lot of this book.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't gotten much smuttiness. But
right.
I already think this book is a good bit better than the first book. And I like the first book a lot.
Oh yeah, when it comes to like on the page
content.
Things. Yeah.
When it comes to just straight content, it's sorry, when it becomes you know what I mean. When it comes to full content, I like this book a lot. Our next section, and because you already told me, is 48 through 51. Because we're ending part 2 of this book. And
correct. Because we end with a part 3, the House of Mist.
The House of Mist. And it's
because earlier you were talking about how there's no mist in this book other than the blood mist.
Dude, bloodbending is a cool power. But yeah, I liked this section a lot. And we got a lot of history, and we need it because right now we're about to get into the weird. I think right now and I don't want to read forward because you told me to.
What?
Because you told me to. You know how hard it was to stop reading?
I know.
I read this yesterday.
I know.
And I was just like...
I'm surprised you didn't call me and be like, where are you? Can we do this?
No, because I had stuff to do. I had the opportunity to watch my favorite football team. I'm gonna tell you right now, if there aren't changes, I'm no longer a fan. And we know what changes. Fire that coach. I'll say it out loud. Fire that coach. It's all over Twitter. I posted on Twitter, fire that coach. And then I added the team and I said, are you going to let us know today or tomorrow when you fire that coach at Packers? And then I did it for the next 12 hours on the hour. I was a tool bag, but I don't care.
Wow.
Dude, come on.
You made your feelings known.
I don't think I did, because my feelings are much bigger than the views that I got on the impressions. My feelings are way too big for the low number of impressions. Like, the way you are about this kind of stuff is how I watch football. Like, I watch it better than other people.
Yeah.
Like, other people don't see what I see. So
I get it.
I
get it. That's how I feel when I'm reading books and watching murder mysteries.
Oh well, I know the end of a murder mystery immediately, but yeah, when sometimes I'm reading and I'm just like, oh, but then I'll catch something like when it says, "Are you all right?" versus "Are you all right?"
Mm-hmm.
It might be like one is all space right because it's you're all right, and the other one is like, "All right, we're headed out." They might be different. Anyway, go ahead.
Can I get you excited about something? Because it's literally on like the midway down the second page that you're about to read.
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently the nearby inn was a little more than a raucous tavern with a few rooms for rent, usually by the hour. So here we are. That's first sentence of chapter 48. And then about midway down the next page, it says,
We can stop. We can stop. I need to be in my special reading place to read this.
It says we
Why
get
are you
to their
laughing?
room because it's one of my favorite things. We get to the room. It says I could sit on the bed and open the armoire easily. The bed. There's only one bed. Oh,
Hold on.
Experience. You're gonna experience one of my favorite tropes, which is there's only one bed.
Hold on. It's one of my favorite tropes too.
Maybe not, but it will be now.
Oh, no, it is. We'll talk about that one off air. We can't be sharing that stuff online.
Probably for the best.
Hold on. I'll try to keep my hands to myself. My mouth went dry. I'm hungry. He stopped smiling at that. I'll go down and get us food while you change. I lifted my brow. He said, remarkable as my own abilities are to blend him. My face is recognizable. Anyway.
Don't keep reading because, yeah. The next section is going to be, like you said, 48 through 51 up to part 3 of this book.
Great. We're going to get to there soon. We'll pull that together for you. We're going to talk about doing some live content. Maybe not this one, next one, but maybe the next one. And we'll be able to read comments. We'll let you all know when we do it so you can join in. It'll more than likely be at 9:30 on a random night that we decide, and so we'll let you know, but it will be at 9:30 p.m. If you made it this long, thank you for watching and listening in. We're going to be coming back to you again as soon as possible, and if you like this content, please
like and subscribe
and stay tuned for more of the coolest cats imaginable. Later, taters.
Peace.